Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kate from Mindfulknots. I'm here 2 to 3 times per week to show you all how to crochet some fun projects. I upload on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so make sure to like the video if it helped you out, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe for future uploads. For this tutorial, it is an extension of my last video, so I'll leave the link below so you guys can watch it. I'm going to be using the rest of the skeins that I used for that project. So it was half of 3 skeins, so I'm going to say approximately 1.5 skeins. And then I went to the store and bought 1 more skein. So I'm going to do an approximation of about 2.5 skeins to 4 skeins, just to be on the safe side, so about 3 to 4. Again, sorry it's not an exact amount. I'm going to be better about it in my future tutorials, so stay tuned. And without further ado, let's get into the video. To begin, you will make a slip knot, so you will fold the yarn onto itself like that. Reach through and pull the shorter end through the loop, and that's how you make a slip knot. You'll insert your hook. You will chain up 4, so you'll yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll slip stitch the first chain there from the beginning to form a ring. You will chain up 2. This does not count as a stitch. You will insert 3 double crochets into the center of the ring there. So you will yarn over, insert your hook through the center of the ring, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on the hook. You'll yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's a double crochet. You'll insert 2 more. Chain up 2. Insert 3 more double crochets into the center of the ring. Chain up 2, insert 3 double crochets into the center of the ring, chain up 2 more, then you'll insert your last 3 double crochets into the center of the ring, chain up 2, skip the first 2 chains from the beginning. And then you will slip stitch the first double crochet, so you'll insert your hook through the stitch there, yarn over and pull through. That's the first row of the granny square or round. Second round, you will chain up 3. The first chain 2 does not count as a stitch, and then that chain 1 is a chain 1 space. You'll skip the next 3 stitches, and then in the next space you'll insert 3 double crochets. Chain up 2, insert 3 more double crochets into the same space. You're creating a corner. You will chain up 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and then you'll create another corner in the next space by inserting 3 double crochets, chain 2, inserting 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, insert 3 double crochets, chain 2, insert 3 double crochets into the next 2 spaces, and then I will meet you back to show you how to close the round. Okay, so I went all the way around and now I'm back at the beginning. Chain 3 from the beginning, you will count up to the second one, and then you will slip stitch the second chain there to close the round. I'm going to switch colors, so I will cut off here and pull through to secure. I will attach a new piece of yarn in the corner here. So I attached a new piece of yarn. I will pull through to get it started. I will chain up 2. This does not count as a stitch. I will insert 3 double crochets into that same space. Chain up 2. Then I will insert 3 more double crochets into that same space. You're creating another corner.
You will chain up 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and then in the next space you will insert 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and then in that corner you'll create another corner by inserting 3 double crochets, chain 2, inserting 3 more double crochets into the same space. Chain up 1, skip the next 3 stitches, in the next space you'll insert 3 double crochets. You will repeat that all the way around. Okay, so I did that all the way around. I chained up my last chain. I'm going to skip my last 3 stitches there. And I'm also going to skip that chain 2 from the beginning and then slip stitch the first double crochet we made to close the round. I'm going to do that for another round. So you're just going to chain up 3. That first chain 2 does not count as a stitch, and then that chain 1 counts as a chain 1 space. You'll skip the next 3 stitches. In that corner, you'll create another corner by inserting 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then inserting 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, in the next space you'll insert 2 or 3 double crochets. And it's pretty repetitive at this point, so I will meet you back at the end of the round. And you will do this for 5 rounds. So I will meet you back after 5 rounds. Okay, so I did a total of 5 rows.
You are going to create 23. So I will meet you back when you have 23 squares.
You will attach a new piece of yarn at a corner here. So we're going to be using the join as you go method. I attached a new piece of yarn at the corner here. So what I'm going to do is the same thing, like a same row, only we are going to leave open one side. So for this corner, we're only going to do 3 double crochets. So you'll pull through to get started. You will chain up 2, this does not count as a stitch, and then you'll insert 3 double crochets into that corner. Chain up 1, skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets into the next space. And you'll repeat the same stitch all the way around, and then I'll meet you back at this corner here. So as you can see, I basically just did another row, but I left open this side of the square, and then for 2 of the corners, I only double crocheted 3. So what we'll do is kind of turn our work like this, chain 2. We will grab a new square here, and then we will insert 3 double crochets into this corner here. So that's 1, 2, and 3. You'll go back over here to the old square up to the nearest space there, the closest, 1, and you will slip stitch. So instead of chaining 1, we are slip stitching the other space. Then we'll go back onto the new square here and the next space, and we will insert 3 double crochets. We'll go back onto the old square and the next available space there. Instead of chaining 1, we are going to slip stitch that. Go back onto the new one, insert 3 into the next space. And again, you're going to go back onto the old square here, and then in that next space, you are just going to slip stitch. Okay, so by doing that, it looks like it's straight across from it, so that's what you're looking for. You're going to do that all the way up, and then I'll meet you at the corner. Okay, so I did that all the way up until I got to the corner, I inserted 3 double crochets. So what you'll do is slightly different. You will just chain up 1 and then go to the corner of the old square, slip stitch the corner, chain up 1 again, then go back to the new square corner and insert 3 double crochets into that one. Then you'll just continue with the chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and then in the next space you'll insert 3 double crochets. It's the same pattern you were doing earlier. Chain 1, insert 3 double crochets into the next space. You'll continue with a regular round, if you will, so you'll go all the way around and then I'll meet you back right here. Okay, so I'm back at this corner, and again I left this side open and I only double crocheted 3 into this corner. So again, I'm just going to chain up 2, grab a new square here, and you're going to attach it again. So you're just going to attach it in the same fashion, and then I will meet you back. You will continue with this until you have 7 in a row. Once you have 7 in a row here, I crocheted all the way around it, and now I have this side left open, this whole edge here on all 7 squares. So you will just continue with the same stitch of the creating a corner by chaining 2 here, inserting 3 more double crochets into the corner, chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets into the next stitch. You guys already know how to do this. So then you'll repeat that until you get to this section right here, and then I'll show you how to attach this chain 2. Okay, so I did that stitch all the way until the corner here, inserted 3 double crochets. So I'm just going to chain up 1, slip stitch that chain 2 there, chain up 1 again, and then in the next square here in that corner you will insert 3 double crochets. Okay, and then you'll repeat that all the way across the edge here, across all 7 stitches, and then I'll meet you back once you have done so. Okay, so I crocheted all along that edge here. Now I'm back at the corner where we started initially. So instead of chaining 2 and slip stitching the first double crochet there, we will just chain up 1 and then do a half double crochet. So we'll yarn over, insert our hook into the first double crochet there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. You will chain up 2. Then you will turn your work like this, where the line is going that way. You will attach a new square in the same fashion. So you'll just go to the corner here, you'll insert 3 double crochets. You'll go back over to the old square and slip stitch the space. Go back onto the new square into that space, and then you'll insert 3 double crochets. Slip stitch the next square into that space, and then you'll just go back and forth. I already showed you guys this earlier. So you'll go until this corner and I'll show you how to attach. Okay, so I went back and forth between these 2 squares to attach, and now I'm at the corner. I inserted 3 double crochets into the new square here, into that corner. Then I will chain up 1. And then I will slip stitch right there. So where we slip stitch the chain 2, that's where we will slip stitch again. You will chain up 1. You'll grab a new square here. And then you will go back and forth again. So you'll just insert 3 double crochets into the corner here. And we're just doing one side right now, so you'll leave 3 sides of the squares open. You'll continue with that until you have 3 squares. Okay, so I have 3 attached here, and then the remaining 4 squares over here are just going to be left open for now. So what we will do is chain up 1, insert 3 double crochets into the corner, chain up 1, and you guys already know what to do. I'll meet you at this corner over here. Okay, so I crocheted up the side here. Now I'm at the corner. What I'm going to do is attach a square going this way. So we'll put this in a frame here. So you'll put another one right here. So we will chain up 2, insert 3 double crochets into the corner, and then you'll crochet along this edge here. You're just inserting 3 double crochets, chaining up 1, skip the next 3 stitches, inserting 3 double crochets into the next space. You'll do this all along this edge here of the new square. All the way until the corner. Again, you're going to chain up 2, and then you're going to grab another new square. So you'll leave it sitting like that. You'll bring it up again like this, and attach another one on top of it, like so. So you'll attach it the same way, just going on this edge here, and then I will meet you at this corner. Okay, so just to recap, we have the 3 over here all exposed, and then we go up on this one here in the middle-ish, and then you have 3 going up, so the 2 on top of it. And then this side is all open still, and we'll get to it later. You guys are probably wondering what we're doing. So I'm just going to show you on a piece of paper really quick. Okay, so the shape that we are going for, excuse my drawing skills. So we need 3 squares in a line right there, 3 squares in a line right there, and then this is the row 7 we just worked on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are working on these over here. So we already added these 3 squares over here. And then we added 1, 2 above it. So we already created this portion of the sweater. We will go back later and add the other portion over here. In the same way we're adding this half here. So I hope that makes sense. We're going to add this piece later as well. And then at the end we will just fold it all in half. So these are the sleeves. This is the front panels. It's open in the middle. And then this is the back. So I hope that kind of makes more sense to you guys now that I drew it out for you. Okay, so since we're at the top here, we will just continue with the same stitch all the way around this square here. And then I'll meet you at this corner to show you how to attach right here. So you'll just finish out the corner by chaining 2, inserting 3 double crochets into the corner. Chain 1, skip the stitches, insert 3 double crochets into the spaces. Do that all the way around. Don't forget your corners. And I will meet you back over here in this corner. Okay, so I crocheted all along or all around this square here, and now I'm at the corner here. So that chain 2, you will just chain up 1 and then slip stitch around the chain 2, chain up 1 again, insert 3 double crochets into this corner here, and then instead of chaining 1, you will just go back onto this square and slip stitch the next available space. And then you guys know what to do. You'll go back and forth all the way until you get to the corner. For the corner, you will chain up 1, slip stitch the corner over here, chain up 1 again, then go back to this corner and insert 3 double crochets. You'll repeat that again with this square, so you'll just crochet all along this edge here, slip stitch this chain 2, and then go back on this square and go back and forth to attach. And then once you attach, you'll just finish out the stitch on this square, and I will meet you back. Okay, so those 3 are all attached. So we're just going to pull that way. Here's the side we never touched. We'll just put that to the side for now. So those are up there, those 3 that we did. And now we have these 3 exposed still. Or I guess 2-ish. So now, you guys already know what to do here. I'll just kind of recap it for you. You will chain up 1, slip stitch where we slip stitched before, where all of the squares are joined. Chain up 1 again, then insert 3 double crochets into this corner over here. Instead of chaining 1, we will go over here to the next space and slip stitch. You'll go up and around, you'll snake around, and you'll go all the way around to the 3rd one. And I will meet you at this corner over here. So you'll just do the same stitch back and forth. I'm going to do this off camera because it is repetitive. Okay, so I attached all 3 squares and I'm over here. I'm just going to chain up 1 and slip stitch that chain 2 to close the round, and then I will tie off. And then pull through to secure. So this is what your piece should be looking like. You should have a row of 7, a row of 3, and then 2 coming off this way. We are going to go back and add the other portion right here. So this is the row 3 going up right here. We're going to skip 1 square here. And then on this square in the corner, you will attach a new piece of yarn. You will pull through to get it started, chain up 2. You will attach a new square here. You will attach it on this side only. So since you guys already know how to do that, I will do that off camera. You will attach 3 all together just on one side here. Okay, so I attached all 3 squares here. So I'm just going to go up and then I will meet you at this corner here. Okay, so once you have 3 attached, you will just crochet along and down this edge, and then you'll go back up and join. I already showed you guys how to do this, so you'll go back and forth all along, and then I will meet you up here at this corner after you have joined these 2 together. Okay, so I just joined those 2 together. And now I am at the corner of this one over here. You will attach 2 going up that way, so 2 on top of this one. You will chain up 2. Grab the corner of the new square and insert 3 double crochets. Chain up 1, double crochet 3 into the next space there. You're going to continue with the stitch all the way along this edge to the corner. You're just doing one side of this square. Okay, so I crocheted just on one side of this square here. Just gonna move that down a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, so we just crocheted on one side of the square there. So what we will do is add one more over here. We'll do that by doing the same thing by chaining 2. Inserting 3 double crochets into the new square corner. You'll double crochet all around this square here. You go all the way around, just basically doing another row, and I'll meet you at the corner. So I double crocheted all around that square. Now I'm back at the corner and I chained up 1. So I'm just going to slip stitch that chain 2, chain up 1 again. Then I'm going to insert 3 double crochets into this corner there. Then I'll go back and forth to join, double crochet along, or do the same pattern along this row here. Just crochet along that edge and this edge. And I will meet you back over here. Okay, so I joined up through here, went along this edge, and I'm back at this corner. Again, to join that chain 2 there, you will just chain up 1 and then slip stitch the chain 2, so you'll just go right over it. Chain up 1 again, insert 3 double crochets into this corner over here. Instead of chaining 1, we'll go back over to this square and slip stitch the space. And then you'll just finish joining and then finish out this row of this square, slip stitch and tie off. Okay, so you have your longest edge on the outer edge here, the 7 in a row. So you're going to count in 1, 2, 3. So on that third one in this corner, actually I'll start here. So this is the row 7 here. So you're just going to count in 3 rows or 3 squares here. So 1, 2, 3. And then in that third one, in the corner there, you will attach a new piece of yarn. You will pull through to get it started and chain up 2. You're going to attach a new square. So you're just going to attach it along this edge here. You're going to attach 3 in a row. I've already shown you guys how to do this, so I will do it off camera, and I will meet you back once 3 are all in a row here. Okay, so now that you have all 3 attached, what you will do is just do the whole snake method. So you'll go back up around this edge, go all the way around that square, slip stitch, then you'll go back up this edge by joining, going back and forth. You'll crochet regularly around this row and around that side and this side. Slip stitch down here, go over to this square and go back and forth to join, and then you'll crochet just along this edge right here. So you'll leave this side open, and I will meet you back at this corner once you have snaked in and out. Okay, so I snaked in and out and I left this side of the square open. What we will do is create another row. So you'll attach 3 more up here. Just attaching on this side only. And then I'll do all this off camera because I've already shown you guys a few times. So you'll just attach on the sides of all 3, then you'll go back up and around and snake in and out. And then you'll go all the way back down this edge and slip stitch to end. Okay, so this is what your piece should be looking like. And now you will just sew or slip stitch along these 2 edges here and then down this way. You'll do the same over here. Okay, so now that you slip stitched up this side there and you have a sleeve formed, you will attach a new piece of yarn at one of the corners here. You will pull through to get it started. You will chain up 2. This does not count as a stitch. you will insert 1 double crochet into that space. And as you can see, this is a part where 2 squares are joined. So we're going to do a half double crochet combined. So you will yarn over, insert your hook through this space here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You will yarn over, go through the next space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You'll yarn over and pull through all 3, and then it combines it into 1. You'll insert 1 more double crochet into that space. And then from the top, it looks like there's only 3 stitches. You will chain up 1, skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets into the next space. You'll repeat that around. So I did that all the way around, and I'm back at the beginning. I'm just going to skip my last 3 chains. I have chained 1. I'm going to skip that first chain 2 from the beginning and slip stitch the first double crochet. For the next round, I will chain up 3. Insert 3 double crochets into the next space. This chain 3 here, the first 2 chains doesn't count as a stitch, and then that chain 1 is a chain 1 space. So then we'll chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets into the next stitch. You'll repeat this all the way around. Okay, so I'm back at the end here, and I'm just going to insert 3 double crochets into the last space. I will count up to the second chain there and slip stitch. You'll repeat these rows until you have your desired sleeve length, and then you'll do the same for the other sleeve. And I ended up doing 7 rows altogether, so you're just going to do that to the other sleeve as well. Okay, so you can leave it how it is, but if you feel like it's kind of falling off your shoulder or you need like a little bit more right there, what you can do is attach a new piece of yarn at the corner here. Once you have your new piece of yarn attached, you will just crochet up along this edge all the way up to like the neckline there. We're going to do the same stitch. You guys already know, pull it through, chain up 2, does not count as a stitch. We'll insert 3 double crochets into the corner, just 3, and that's it. Chain up 1. You're going to do the same stitch, so you're going to skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 into the next space. You'll continue with this all the way down the front panel here, or all the way up, I should say. Okay, so you'll do that, and then I will meet you where the squares join so I can show you again how to go about doing the stitch right there. So once you get to where the 2 squares join, you will go into the first corner of the square there. So you'll yarn over and just put 1 double crochet into that corner. And then we will do a double crochet combined, 2 double crochets combined. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook through this corner, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go through the next corner, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So that at the top, so it's 2 stitches, but at the top it looks like it's just 1. And then you'll insert 1 more double crochet into the next space, and then you'll just continue with that all the way up the front panel. Okay, so I crocheted all the way up the front panel. Now I'm back up there. So once we did that row, we are just going to slip stitch to the back panel. Like this is the neck back panel, so you'll just slip stitch. Where it should go, so you're just going to skip the same amount of rows and then slip stitch where you should slip stitch. So you will slip stitch over 3. Once you have slip stitched over 3 on the back, you'll kind of turn your work to where your front panel is now going this way. This is the row you just created, so we're going to work back down the row. So this is the back panel, this is the front. So we're just going to continue with the same stitch. So we will chain out 1 because it's a chain 1 space because we're going over the chain 3. And then in the next space, we'll insert 3 double crochets. Chain 1, insert 3 double crochets into the next space. You'll continue with that all the way down the front panel there. So we're working back down the front panel here. We just slip stitched the back right there, and now we're working back down the front panel. So I'm back at the bottom here. I'm just going to chain up 1, skip the next 2 stitches, and then in that last stitch I will insert 1 double crochet. And then you will just tie off and pull through to secure, and then you'll just do the same to the other side. So you'll just repeat what you did over here onto this side of the front panel. You'll just kind of bring it out a little bit more so that it sits up on your shoulder a little bit better. So you'll just rewind and repeat, and your sweater is finished after that.